Hello, guys. I thought today I would just kind of go through what I've already have with the supplies that I've purchased over time in preparation for this mermaid journal. And I don't really have a full idea how I'm going to use some of this stuff. So please leave comments below if you see something and you're like, "Ooh, I have an idea for that." But I'm just going to kind of go through my pile of stuff that I've got over here to my left of stuff, like I said, that I purchased over time, or that I've been gifted, or that well, I guess technically, if it's a digital kit, I've purchased it already, and then printed off, purchased through Etsy. Any shops that I've used, any digital prints that I'm using in this kit, I will have linked in the description box to their Etsy shops. But yeah, so I'll kind of show you where I'm at so far. So I have my box. There's the lid. It's got lace all around it. The box is fully covered. On the inside of the box, I've done some stenciling. There's a shimmery fabric over the top of that. I have designs all the way around the edges, little waves, animals, fish, mermaids, plants, etc. around the edges. Okay. And I have my cover almost made. I still got to figure out. I haven't decided if I'm going to cover the inside with a fabric or if I'm going to cover it with a paper. There is a product sitting here on my desk that I may use. So when it's all done, the book will go in here. Extra ephemera will go here. Woo, as I knock stuff off the table. And then the whole kit will go together like this. I also haven't decided if I want to decorate, how I want to decorate the top. Because I do have, one of the items that I do have already is I have this really thick rope that I bought at the dollar store, which is too bulky to put in the journal. And the fabric that I chose for the cover, this doesn't work for it. But I could use it somehow or another on here. But I haven't figured that part out yet either. But that is one of the items that I have pre-purchased. I avalanched a whole pile of stuff, craft-alanched a whole pile of stuff as I was trying to grab the rope. Yeah. Try to clean up my mess here. It's not really a mess. It's all part of this current project, but clean up my spill. Let me clean up my spill. Okay, so also from the dollar store, I have purchased this set of rub-ons. So old school, you cut it out, you stick it down, and and it rubs the image off onto your stuff. So to the best of my knowledge, this only works on paper. Like, I couldn't put it on fabric. I don't think it sticks to fabric. So be decorating pages, tags, etc. with this. Also from the dollar store, I got this pack of napkins. Way more than I will need. As well as this pack of napkins. Again, way more than I'm ever going to need. But it is what it is. Now, from these napkins, this is what I've done in preparation. So on these ones, I've cut the strip off the bottom of 2 napkins. So I have 4 strips of this little mermaid pattern. And then I have, oops, I have 8 panels of this. Now I could cut this out and use just this corner. I could cut this out, just use this. I could cut just the mermaid tail out. Lots of different ways that I can use this particular design. And then out of this napkin, about lost my mind, but I cut those images out. Now, anybody ever tried to cut napkin? And mind you, this is what I'm cutting is 1-ply. These are 2-ply napkins. So after you separate them, that doesn't go with my journal. After you separate them, you end up with the white, the white insides of the napkins. These pink ones leave a pink hue to the paper. So I will probably use these in the journal somehow since they're pink. This one's plain white, so probably not. But that's what you end up with napkins when you're using napkins in this, because you always want to separate your layers. Fortunately, these are only 2-ply layers or 2-ply napkins. I have some over there that are actually 4-ply. So I end up with 3 sheets of plain white just to get to the one that's got the images on it. But dollar store, they were cheap, so they were only 1-ply. I rescued this. My shark came in to vacuum a little bit in my craft room today, and as I came in to move my computer chair out of the way for it, I found this that had flown off my desk. So I still have to cut these out, apparently. But again, you can see how, it's a napkin. They're fragile. They're hard, difficult to cut out. They're difficult to handle. I mean, I'm probably handling them much more gently than they need to at this stage in the game. Once I glue them, definitely need to handle them carefully until they dry. But okay. Also from the dollar store, this was a bit of a struggle. These had little miniature paper clips attached to the backs of them. And obviously I didn't want that. I just wanted the mermaids. Well, I had 5 of them. Only 2 of them survived. The other 3, see, this one's head is like really weakened. The other 3, 2 of them lost their heads and 1 lost an arm. So only have 2 of those left. And as you can tell, yes, I did a lot of this at the dollar store, a lot of shopping at the dollar store. Which is an excellent resource, honestly, for stuff like this. Got this from the dollar store. It's a sticker, but it's easy. It would be easy to cut like right here. So you end up with either, something like that or something, you can cut them apart. You can cut the little individual jewels apart. You can use it as a full strip. It's really kind of up to you. Lots of possibilities on that. I got these from the dollar store. I only needed 1, but they're in a pack of 3. Not much I could do about it. Oh, funny. They are tied together at the top, so I will deal with that later. But again, these are thick, so they would either go on the journal cover or in this case on the cover of the box. So I was thinking somehow or another tying the rope together with the fishtails on the cover of the box. Not super sure yet. I have this roll of burlap that I also got at the dollar store. Now, if I can get it open, with this, I should be able to like pull individual threads out, like every other thread or something, and make this more open weave to make it look like netting, which was my thought when I bought it. Because there's fish nets, right, in the ocean. And then I also have cheesecloth. Yeah, see, here's one that lost her head. I'm holding on to it because when it flew, and I heard it hit somewhere over there in my projects. So I'm saving it because I could probably glue the head back on and still use it. So I haven't thrown that one away yet. I bought this package of cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is a really good product to use in junk journaling. It's a really fun product to use. It's cotton, so it takes color very well. So you could take this and you can put it in a vat of RIT dye and turn it any color you want. Coffee or tea dye. I actually have some back there behind me that's already coffee dyed. So I will be using that instead of this, but this was kind of more of they had it in stock. So I went ahead and grabbed a package of it. So this will go into my storage stuff for now. And then from the dollar store, this was the fabric. I was like, I think I have some of that. Very similar. So this is the fabric that came from Canada that Muzz had sent me. And this I bought at the dollar store. So very similar. Will I use this one in this journal kit? I don't know, since I've already used this one. I'm going to keep it with it for now, but I'm not going to open it so that it's easier to store if I decide not to use it. And then the last thing I got from the dollar store is this. It is a tulle, which Tulle. It's that sheer, like, meshy fabric, but it's been splatter painted with white paint, which I thought was pretty cool. But again, haven't decided how I'm going to use it. Now, the only other thing specific mermaid that I have out on my table also came from Muzz. And it was this. Let me see if I can find the end here. There it is. The sequined elastic. Ooh, I'm losing stuff, bumping it with my elbow. And there's probably 2 or 3 yards of it here, I'm gonna guess. Probably more than that. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 3/4 yards roughly of this. For you non-sewers that don't know that trick, take for measuring, and each individual body is different because we're made different, but you take the end of your of whatever you're measuring and you stretch your arm all the way out to your side, and then your nose, you touch the other end to your nose, and this is where you need to measure. You're going to measure from your fingertips to your nose, and you're going to turn your head until your nose is at that 39 inches. So for some people, the nose is straight on. For some people, they have to turn a little toward their hand. For me, I have to turn a little to the left because my arms are shorter. um, so just a little a handy dandy trick. For people that don't know that, it's not like, obviously it's not as accurate as measuring with a yardstick, but who walks around the store with a yardstick, right? So if you're just somewhere and you need to do a rough measurement of something, that's a handy little trick to have in your back pocket. So I also have this purple sparkly washi tape up here. And I also have this ball of something. I don't remember what this came off of. It was something I disassembled. I don't remember. It might have been a blanket, curtain. I don't recall. It was a long time ago. But it's got this up top with some sequins and then this lacy net looking stuff on the bottom. So I may actually, this has been in my stash for a really long time. It might have been a sweater. I mean, a scarf. Now that I'm looking at it, it may have been a scarf that I took apart. I don't remember. But how this ended up not being taken by one of the kids when they came shopping when I got rid of all my yarn, I don't know. But I'm a firm believer that everything happens exactly how it's supposed to. And that's why this is still here, because somebody somewhere, whoever you believe in, knew that at some point I was going to be doing a mermaid journal. So this stayed hidden in the back recesses of my craft room. So that is all of that as far as like decorative stuff. Move all this out of the way. Sounds like my shark is stuck. I hear a lot of banging going on in the other room. It gets stuck a lot more than it used to. I don't know what the deal is with that. So I have printed out some digital papers. And these are printed on various, some of it is printed on cardstock, some of it is printed just on copy paper. And I've done cut stuff out. Most of this is from Liana Scraps on Etsy. She was where, when I very first started this whole project, was accidentally, like, not accidentally, I didn't accidentally download it. My brain, somehow or another, I started out a project with angels and it got scrambled up in my brain. And when I went to print digital kits, I printed out a mermaid kit instead of an angel kit. Don't ask me, no clue. But now I had the kit that I paid for. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I'll, at some point do a mermaid journal. And that's when I started collecting. But I went back onto Etsy to see if she had any other mermaid stuff. So it's all stayed in the same style. And yes, she did. She has like 4 mermaid kits. So I actually purchased a couple more of hers, printed out pockets and tags and whatnots, and spent some time last night cutting most of it out. So I still have some fussy cutting to do, but I've got pockets. These 2 I'm not sure I'm going to use because I don't have turtles anywhere else in the journal. So this pocket, as cute as it is, would be out of place in here because there's no turtles anywhere else. And this, to me, is a bottom corner pocket. So it should go this way, but then your plants are upside down. So this is designed to be an upper pocket. which would literally be the only one in the entire journal. That's at the top of the page. So I haven't decided on those two yet for 100%. Sorry, all my stuff is in a thing together. So, in a, this envelope bag. So even though I separate it out by what it is, it all gets jumbled up together anyway. So I've got tags. I've got journaling cards. More fussy cuts. And if you're new to the channel, this is fussy cutting. So your image starts out, like this, and you cut around the edges to make it just by itself. So more fussy cutting. I haven't decided if I'm going to use this image yet. And this does have a turtle. And I haven't decided if I'm going to use it. I hate cutting out circles. I hate it with a passion. If I can find my 3-inch hole punch that I could just, boop, I will use this. If not, probably not. More journaling cards. Tag. Journaling card. Tag. Journaling card. Tag. Nice tall tag. Journaling card. Journaling cards. Tags. See, and I printed these just on regular cardstock, so the back is already empty for journaling on. I didn't have to cover them. They're a little thinner than I would normally like, because normally they're 2 to 3 layers thick. But I decided not to do that this go around. Another fussy cut. Another journaling tag. I think these are all pockets. Journaling tag. Now, in her kits, she also had these just like little strips, which can be used as page trimming. They could be like enhancement on the bottom of a tag, however you want to do that. And I have all these pockets, different shapes, 2 corners, 2 of these wavy ones, which is great. Oh, because I'm only doing 2 signatures in this, 4 wavy ones. I'm doing 2 signatures in this because it's a 1 1/2 inch spine. So normally I do a 3-inch spine with 4 signatures. So I'm cutting that in half. And then I have 7 of these little pockets plus this little pocket. So 8 little pockets. I have 2 sayings. Where's my other one? It's on my desk somewhere. Anyway, this one says, be a mermaid and make waves. I can't remember what the other one says off the top of my head. It may reappear. Anyway, and then I have envelope, lots and lots of envelopes. Which, if I end up needing more pockets, I could do. All I would need to do would be to cut the flaps off, and then this becomes a pocket, for example, if I needed more pockets. Envelope. envelope, envelope, envelope. So lots of stuff from Liana Scraps. Boop, knocking stuff off. Okay. Get these picked up and set aside. And not all of this is going to go, well, may not all go in. That was the whole purpose of deciding to make this as a boxed set. So I may just put all of this extra stuff, anything that I don't put in the journal, at least some of it, but I may put all of it into that little section off to the side. And then whoever buys this can decide whether to use it or not. And then I have this that I haven't decided if I'm going to use, so I haven't cut them out. This is also Liana Scraps. Okay. I've cut or printed these out, and I'm going to use my die cuts to cut some pockets out. These are T-net Shabby Dabby Doodah. So these are all printed on heavier stock because, like I said, it was my plan is to use them as pockets. I stuck in her blue and green section with a little bit of purple, and I printed it on the blue cardstock just to give it kind of a deeper color. And then I've also printed out these two on regular copy paper. Why do I keep calling it copy paper? Copy paper to use for collaging or putting a little background stuff or whatever while I'm decorating. I saved this. This is the this held the mermaid, these mermaid clips. They were clothespin on here. I saved it. I don't know if I'm going to use it in this journal, but I might since it was purchased for this journal. But I'm going to cover it and either glue it straight down or back it and glue it on. But this becomes 3 little pockets. 4 if I don't do the back. So I haven't decided yet on that. If I'm going to use it in this or not, but I know what I'm using it for. I just don't know if I'm going to use it in this journal. This is the beginning of my signatures. I have 2 for each signature. I have 2 pages printed out from Pick Waves on Etsy. And they're backed with this print, all 4 of them. This is also from Pick Waves. I have 2 sheets of blue dyed paper, copy paper that I dyed myself. This pink little fabric-y stuff. It was a bag. And I cut it in half, made 2 sheets. I have 2 pages out of an atlas, 1 water, and 1 like stones. I do need to cover the inside of this, which is what I was thinking of these for, is to cover the inside so that this becomes a writable surface. This one can stay because it's water and water, but you can't really write on this. And I may, cover a bit of this because this is the Antarctic, which is a little cold for mermaids. So I don't know. And then I also have 2 of these. This was a paper that I printed out for a different journal forever ago. I have no idea. I don't know. I can't find it. I thought I'd be able to find it in my files. Couldn't find it anywhere. No clue. So I couldn't tell you who that one was from. But that's where my signatures are at right now. This leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 4 more pages per signature. I like to do 12 to 15. And I will, at 12, I will double check, because again, this is not my normal signature size. When I do my 3-inch one, I do 4 signatures of 15. But this is not my normal size, so I'm not exactly sure if I want to do 15 or if I'm going to stop at 12. So when I get to 12, I'll look at it within the book and decide whether I want more pages added to it. But I'm like, I don't know what to add to it. That would be, because I thought about these, but these are going to be too tall, I think. Let's see. Where's my roller? Ooh, they're not. I thought for sure those were going to be too tall. These are bags that you would normally put in like the little trash compartments in bathrooms, public bathrooms. We have a restaurant, a wholesale restaurant store here. And they're just ever so slightly, a little smidge tall, but should be okay. So I'm going to put one with each set. So there's a bag for each. Because I don't want to cut them down, because then I have to figure out how to reseal them as bags. My other option would be to seal this side of it and then cut across the top, and then they'd be top loading pockets. Because then I could trim this down without it being a problem. But I'm not going to think about that one right now. I'll brain that one in a little bit. Now that I know they were close, I wasn't even thinking about it because I didn't think it was anywhere near that it was going to fit. I'm looking to see what else is back there. Bags, pharmacy bags. So 9. So I got 3 more to figure out. Oh, there's my turtle. See, and I turned around and I found more supplies that I was saving. So this came off a book that I bought at the secondhand store. Now, if I decide to use this, obviously I will incorporate the turtle stuff that I showed earlier. But yeah, this was on the cover of a photo album that I loved the paper that was on the inside. So I took the book apart, saved the turtle. And then I also have this, which again, fishnet. Most people will recognize this. This is, your apples or your oranges come in this usually, your little clementines. So let me put those with my supplies. And I think that is it for what I'm going to bring to the table. I also have, I'm going to be using my embossing powders. I'm going to be using, Muzz got me some glittery ribbon and some glitter sprinkle glitter. She also got me glitter markers, glitter pens, that I may use as well. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm not like filming every single step of it like I have in the past. I figured there was probably enough of that between my channel and other channels. So I'm approaching it more from a just let's provide you with an update where I'm at with this kit. See, and I have these 2 pages as well, but I don't know that I like them for this journal. They're moon and stars, and so I don't know. Can't remember where I got those. Same place I got that other one. I think it might be in one of my my gothic witch kits. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, I should totally use this. This is one of my splatter paint pages. I did this one myself, but it's just kind of hanging out, doing much of nothing. It is a thicker paper. Sorry, I'm looking. I'm like, oh, look, I've got a whole folder full of stuff over here. Let's take a look through it. See if anything is speaking to me. So this is all shabby dabby doodah. I guess I need to sort through this because I've started separating stuff out. This woodland creatures. This is Leanna scraps again. Leftovers from a journal I did. This is from the white ink saver. The ink saver kit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I can put these in the journal. I might have to trim them down. I'll have to look. Clouds. Trees. This is a bunch of my computer papers that I have. It's kind of pretty, and it goes, I mean, it's more like crinkled paper, but it is definitely within the color family. But I think I have some that are already coffee dyed. I'm gonna have to look. If not, that's an easy fix. These might be fun too. So this is music pages, but it's covered with that same blue meshy stuff that's on the inside of the box. It's covered in that and sewn around the edges into a signature page. That might be a fun addition in there. I need to make more of those anyway. Okay, so I need to create a folder for Leanna scraps. Okay, let me just do it. Not a folder, an envelope. Grab Tina's while I'm over here. Still need to label them. What is this? What is this? I'm gonna have to go back and look through my I think this is scrapbooking with me. I'm like, I have to look back through my downloads. So apparently I dropped a little envelope earlier. This is another little envelope. So that goes in my project one. I love these little envelopes. Scrapbooking with Me uses them for their e-club kits. And I found them on Etsy, or not on Etsy, on Temu for really, really cheap. So I have more in here that I can pull from. Which I'm going to do right now. That was too dark. Looking for, do I have anything in here that is light enough to be written on? And this is when my printer was running out of ink, so it didn't print as brilliant as it should have, and it put lines in it. So it ended up being my scrap paper. You can use it for collage and stuff. Which my brain went somewhere. Okay. And then this is the Honest Scraps, and as you can see, most of it is backed already in one form or another. That's not hers. That's not hers. Yeah, hers was the Woodland Creatures. I have all this stuff left over from the kits that I've been cutting out that I've opted not to use in this particular journal. So I'll put that in hers. And like I said, I need to label these so that way I can just like grab them and I don't have to like look, and sort through them, trying to find what I'm looking for. Because when you start to know your creators, your digital creators, you kind of know what their stuff looks like, and it'd be like, when the idea hits you and you go to look for their stuff, it'd be nice to, you just go and grab it and not have to, am I making any sense? Oh, this is all the cutoffs of my mom. Not my mama got me. They smell so good still. The National Geographic with the Citrazolve, which I may go through and see if I can find some that, look watery. Not in this, because this is like scraps like for backing things or collaging. Which again, collage is in my head. I have an idea. So this obviously I'll need to cut down so that it fits. But yeah, and I think I'm going to iron it just a little bit. I mean, I like the crinkle, but it's very, it's very not straight at all. And I'm going to measure these out. A big one, little one. Let's see. So these ones are going to be too big, but I do have little ones that I can dye blue. Okay. All right, you get my little giggle there. I'm going to put that back in that envelope. All right. So that is what I have so far. So keep watching for future videos and updates on this particular journal, as well as the miniature dollhouse that I'm still working on. My clock is not hung up yet, so I won't be able to show you that just yet. But yeah, hit the notification bell so you get the alerts when I'm dropping a video. Hit the like button on your way out if you didn't do so on the way in. And as always, feel free to share my content with people that you feel that might be interested. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm working towards that monetization, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do for memberships. So until then, talk to you later. Bye. Come on, we can end.